How does your party relate to the limited opposition in Parliament?
Well, Steve, in terms of politics for the future politics in Singapore, I think what matters is not opposition for opposition's sake. It's not about the number of opposition MPs, but it's about selecting the best people in Parliament to represent Singapore and to lead Singapore. And the best people can come from the PAP, it can come from another party, but Singaporeans will have to decide who are the best people to represent them. And the best people are not, I think we look at qualities like competence, capability, but it's also about character. And character means having integrity, having honesty to keep politics in Singapore clean and corruption-free. Integrity and honesty also means being able to not gloss over tough issues, being upfront with Singaporeans and the electorate when it comes to difficult trade-offs that have to be made for the country, and not look at politically expedient solutions that may be harmful to Singapore's interests in the long term. And I think character, if there are people who indeed fall short, then it is our duty to highlight this to Singaporeans. And I want to mention one point. I know Dr. Chee Soon Juan will prefer me not to dwell on this, but I think it's on public record. I remember what happened in 1996, because I was just starting work in the civil service. Dr. Chee made written and oral representations to a select committee in Parliament, and eventually the committee found that the data presented was false, and he was charged for lying, misleading the public, and later also found to be in contempt of Parliament. This morning I read what Soon Juan said about wanting to move forward and move to pursue constructive politics, and I'm very happy and encouraged to read that. But I think he still owes an account to the public for what happened. And because after so long, I don't believe Dr. Soon Juan has sort of explained what happened in the past or apologized for what happened.
I think let me then address that.
Okay, sorry, I will give you a moment to respond, but we'll kickstart the free-flow discussion because it is related. We'll continue on that. And it is also related to some of the comments from our viewers who wrote in. Lai Miao Chu did ask whether it's the ability or integrity of MPs that is important. So related to that issue, I'll let you get the ball rolling first.
Sure, I think that's a very important issue that we had raised at that time. It was on medical subsidies, healthcare subsidies. And we are still the only party that actually held the government to account. Don't forget, at that time, Minister of Health was George Yeo, and he had repeatedly apologized for some of the things that the government had gotten wrong then. So that's hugely important. I just want to caution Lawrence Wong for not making, just to cherry pick some of the things that have come out of that select committee. And don't forget, in that during those days, there was not social media, and that the situation was very different from now, and it was very difficult for us to get our word out. So I do want you at least not to be partisan right now on this issue here.
So why are we voting MPs?
Can I respond?
Yes, okay.
I don't want to be partisan, so I'm just stating what is on public record. And as I said, the public record shows that the select committee had found Dr. Chee and several others in the SDP.
But also, let's not pretend that the select committee was just a body
Gentlemen,
of
I'm sorry, but
judges.
I think this is not an issue that we want to look at other issues. This is something else that I think you can discuss perhaps in private later on. But